All right, well, we're recording, and I just want to say thank you so much to Alyssa and the whole PTA team, Chris, Annie. You guys have not only been great partners in helping to get this set up, but also for the past few years on the PTA Connected initiative. We're so thankful to be a part of it. I think Google has gotten just so much value out of working together and closely with you guys, and also, of course, with all the folks that we get to meet through the PTA on this call. So wanted to start out by saying thank you. For those who obviously don't know me, my name is Rob. I lead kids and family in our brand studio here at Google. So I get to work on a lot of our kids-focused products that we put out there to help families navigate technology together. I'm going to go ahead and present my slides now. All right, and if someone from the PTA wouldn't mind coming off and just letting me know if you guys can see my screen.
It looks great.
Awesome. All right. So today we're going to be talking about how we can help families navigate technology together. As I said, my name is Rob, and we have a super simple agenda. I'm going to walk through 5 tools that Google has created to help families navigate technology. And then we'll go ahead and stop recording. And then I just want to have a conversation with you guys, really hear from you, understand what kinds of things you're struggling with when it relates to technology, how we can help. Are there things that you've seen in our products that you'd like us to think about, maybe do better? But open up the conversation so that we can hear from you guys. As usual, I want to point out that National PTA does not endorse any commercial entity, product, or service. No endorsement is implied. I just want to make sure you guys know that we work together, but this is definitely not an endorsement from the PTA of Google's products. It's just, wanted to make sure I call that out before we jump in. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing I want to cover is Be Internet Awesome. For those of you in the PTA who have heard about PTA Connected, you may have heard about Be Internet Awesome as well. It's our online safety program for kids. And what it includes is a free, fun game for the kids to play to learn about online safety and citizenship, and also resources for parents and teachers so that they can help kids as they're trying to become confident and safer as they explore online. You can find everything in the Be Internet Awesome program at g.co/beinternetawesome. Or if you want to go directly to our game, you can also visit g.co/interland. It's, of course, available linked off of Be Internet Awesome as well. Be Internet Awesome, as I said, includes a fun and engaging game. There are 4 lands in that game, and it teaches you about all kinds of really important things online. It teaches you about how to be kind to others and how to deal with it when you see bullying online. It talks about how to make safe passwords so that you keep your stuff safe online. It helps you think about where and who to share things with online to make sure that you don't get any sticky situations. And it helps you identify scams, things from phishing to people trying to trick you in any way online as well. And then there's a 5th lesson within the program that's also all about when sort of you find something or when any of these issues rises to the level that you just need to talk to somebody about it, you can always discuss it with a trusted adult. We also include a parent's guide, and the parent's guide is meant to be a supplemental piece of the curriculum that teachers use so that you can engage in the conversations about the same topics at home with your kids. Smart, alert, strong, kind, all aligned to the lands in the game. And of course, brave is our last lesson about being able to speak to a trusted adult about things that you find on the web. And then we've also got a bunch of additional resources, things for kids of all ages, whether your kids are a little more advanced and you can walk them through some of our more detailed tip sheets. If you've got younger kids who are just getting into using the web, or even not, you could still share the Be Internet Awesome coloring book with them. And then we've also got this Families Pledge, which is a really great way to sit down with your kids, talk about some things that you want to agree on regarding how they're going to act when they are online, when they're becoming digital citizens. And then you can both sign it, and that can be a pledge that you make together. There's more resources on the website as well. So if you want to visit g.co/beinternetawesome and click on our Families tab, you can find all these resources and more. The next thing I want to talk about is Family Link. So Family Link is, again, a free parental controls tool from Google, helping parents manage their child's digital experiences. Kids are able to have Family Link set up on Android devices, whether it's phones or tablets, and also on Chromebooks. If you want to learn more about Family Link, you can go to www.google.com/FamilyLink. But Family Link offers a wide range of tools to help you manage and set digital ground rules as your kids are using their device. You can set daily screen time limits. You can set a device bedtime. If for some reason things get untenable in the moment and you just need your kid to get off their device or stop looking at their screen, you can lock that device right from your device remotely. You can also see how much time kids are spending in different apps, understanding, I see that they're playing games a little more than I'd like, or conversely, oh, great, I see that they've actually been reading a lot or using some of the more educational apps and games that I've encouraged them to get. And then you can also make the decision to set time limits for those apps, for each individual app, or just hide an app altogether if you feel like it's not appropriate for your child anymore. You can also approve or block websites. You can create a whitelist of sites that you want them to be able to visit and only visit those sites, or you can create a blacklist of specific sites that you would not like them to see and be able to visit on their device. And then with every app download and nice for the wallet, every in-app purchase or purchase from the Play Store, you have the ability to approve or decline those. So it gives you a way to say and review with every app download, app purchase, or in-app purchase, yeah, actually, I might not be comfortable with that. I'm not going to approve it at this time. All right, jumping forward to YouTube Kids. So YouTube Kids is an app that allows for a contained environment when kids are watching videos, and it makes it simpler and more fun for the kids to explore on their own. So you can learn more about YouTube Kids at youtube.com/kids. But the goal of YouTube Kids is really to provide a safer and more self-driven experience for kids as they want to do video watching. There's a number of features that make it really great for parents as well as they're trying to manage the way that their kids are using, or I should say, watching videos. You can set content settings by age, so you can pick ages or pick sort of an age band that your kid is in, and we will serve up content that's more appropriate for that age group. You can create a profile for them and for each one of your kids, so that for one of your kids, if they're into a certain type of video or they're younger and another kid is older and maybe into different types of things, those will not be blended in terms of the things that they see when they log into YouTube Kids. There's an approved content only mode. And what that means is that you can select the creators that you feel comfortable with. If you don't want them to have the ability to explore the entirety of the videos that are offered on YouTube Kids, we make it so you can say, nope, I just want you to be able to watch these specific creators. You can also set a timer for YouTube Kids. You can say, I only want you to be able to watch for a certain time per day. And then there's also content blocking. If there was a creator that maybe you just don't want your kids to see, if you want to make sure that that content isn't available for them when they're exploring on their own, then you can block different creators with the YouTube Kids app as well. Ultimately, our goal here is to create a more contained experience, a safer experience for the kids to be able to explore a little bit on their own while giving parents the agency to manage that experience as well. All right, jumping forward to Kidspace. Kidspace is actually a relatively new product. We launched it last year, and it's a tablet experience that helps kids discover, create, and grow by serving up content that's specifically tailored for them. You can learn more about Kidspace at families.google.com/Kidspace. But what Kidspace offers is a place where you can find apps, games, books, and videos that we have curated so that they are of a more of a quality experience, right? What we've done is we've come up with different ways for each of these different mechanisms to identify quality. For apps and games, we work very closely with teachers, and I'll talk about the program in a minute that has helped us figure out how to rate these apps for quality. For videos, as we talked about YouTube Kids just before this, we use YouTube Kids in order to present a more kid-appropriate experience when they want to watch videos. And we also worked with experts to identify a set of books, a set of free books that are really great for kids and that they can read when they're using Kidspace as well. The way that you can use Kidspace is you start out by selecting interests. Your child can do this on their own, or you can sit there with them and do it together. But if your child selected, say, animals and science, then they might have a whole bunch of content that is filtered to, or that is surfaced to them that is about those two topics. And they'll also get other topics as well, but we'll curate it so it'll go more towards the interests that they've selected. They can also personalize their experience with an avatar. As you can see here, you can create an avatar with different clothes, different looks, so that they feel like they have a custom character that either looks like them or might just look like someone that they think is cool, that they can walk through the experience with together. Once they are done there, they can browse all these great quality apps, games, books, and videos within the tablet. And all of that stuff is surfaced for them. So it's very easy to see what kind of stuff is recommended for them. One other cool tab beyond the apps, games, books, and videos is the Make tab. And the Make tab leverages YouTube Kids to present videos that are helping them think about cool things that they can do offline. So the idea there is that whilst we think that we've provided a good experience for them as they're exploring on their tablet, it's also great if kids take a break, spend some time offline, and we have some activities that we encourage them to do through the Make tab. And of course, this whole experience can all be managed via the Family Link app. So your Kidspace experience is no different from if a kid was exploring on a tablet that was just Android or a phone or a Chromebook. You are able to manage that experience, manage the time that they can spend, and the apps that they can use. All right, so one more thing I want to talk about today is Google Play's teacher-approved apps. So as I mentioned, apps and games within Kidspace have been vetted by teachers. And this is the mechanism by which we do that. We put quality apps and games that are rated by teachers really easy to find in the Play Store as well. You can visit the Kids tab in Google Play to find our collection of teacher-approved apps. But the way that we did this is we worked really closely with a set of educators at Harvard and at Georgetown. We worked with some folks from there to create a rubric, and that rubric is then shared with teachers all across the country who go in and find the apps that are made for kids in the Play Store and then rate them based on quality. The ones that are that meet a certain bar are identified as teacher-approved apps, and you can find them in the Play Store by looking at this badge that you see on the left. This blue badge might appear right next to the name of the app or right below it. You can browse the Kids tab in the Google Play Store. That's really the place where we house the whole thing, and you can go and find as many of these apps and games, or all the apps and games that we've defined as teacher-approved. And once you get to one that you're interested in downloading for your child, you can also take a look and see, hey, why was this teacher-approved? What makes this a quality experience? So that you can go and read about it and just have additional information when you're deciding if that app is right for your kid. So the goal of course, all these tools is to help parents as they're navigating technologies with their families, but it never substitutes a conversation. And so I know we're going to have a conversation together right now about some of the things you might be asking of us or struggling with at home. But ultimately, what we hope these tools actually help do is create conversations between you and your kids, whether it's talking about why you have certain screen time limits, talking about why you're deciding that they can see certain types of content versus others that you don't want them to see. Ultimately, we know that none of this stuff is going to work if it actually isn't accompanied by the conversation, by having the tech talk. And so we hope that the tools that we've created really do help you as you're going through that process with your family. I'm going to go ahead and stop presenting and turn off our recording now, and then we can have a conversation about what you guys are struggling with.